My name is David Romeo. I'm our Vice President of Technology, Cloud, and Innovation at Aleda. That means I get to work with a lot of our teams, a lot of our clients, prospects, in trying to figure out both business value and then technology. How do we solve their problems with tech? Been working with a life sciences company that is looking to modernize their lab information system. And so over the past 10 years, they've developed a lot of tools and technology. It hasn't scaled well for them. As we're thinking about scaling their business, we're thinking about how do you scale your technology? And so we're rewriting that in a very composable way. Several things that we did to help them achieve their goals, which was, what does the system do today? How do people interact with it? How do they interact with the business? What are their expectations? All of those pieces go into how we think about architecting the technology behind the scenes, because the technology has to be an enabler, can't be in spite of their business and business process. So while there's a lot of really cool things out there from a tech standpoint, some of them aren't necessarily appropriate for that right now. But we also have to build it in a way for scale. As their business scales and some of that technology does become important, we can then incorporate it back in. As they've evolved as an organization, there's a lot of processes that were both codified or inefficient to how they're trying to operate or will be operating in the future. We have to be able to think about the system from a standpoint of how do we create modular systems, how do we create modular processes, and how do we start to think about things being driven in a configuration way so that as they evolve over time, that they can do that in a way that doesn't mean that they're always going to have a developer behind the scenes. Tech moves fast. You have to be able to build a lot of the technology in a way that allows composable systems and architecture. The system, having been built over 10 years, was significantly more complex behind the scenes than what we anticipated. The way we combat that is actually thinking about things in scale. As we think about scale and automation, we want to be able to design systems that allow them to be able to be modular in effect. We got to know their business. And that is key to us being able to design not only a really good set of technology, but good processes on top of that. A lot of the technology in that industry can be legacy. How a lot of these organizations are putting together various different processes to differentiate themselves, we're enabling that through some of the systems architecture. Ultimately, what that does is that makes all of the data behind the scenes available to a variety of different consumers outside of just this organization. We were able to take what is essentially tens of millions of lines of code down to less than 1 million lines of code. So the system is significantly more maintainable at the end of the day.